Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another high-level Marvel Rivals ranked cast. Today, I was able to find a game with our new #1 ranked player because they are changing daily this time. I might see if I can do that, see if I can just keep up with every time the rank 1 player changes. This recording is on the 9th of May, so we are less than a month away before we start MRC Season 2. I hope you're all excited. I will, of course, be bringing you a video a day during that, so fingers crossed for when that starts, that we'll get some fantastic games. I know I'm excited. I hope you are as well. You can also help me be excited by helping me produce these videos by simply subscribing to the channel, helping it grow. Once we hit 5,000 subs, I'll be doing a couple streams here and there. We're currently on, time recording, 4,969, meaning we need 21 subs in order to get it through. You can also help do that, even if you're already subscribed, by liking the video, leaving a comment, which boosts it in the algorithm. The way it works is comments and likes all work on a points-based system. It's similar to how TikTok works, where every like and every comment is given a weighted point value, and if you reach a certain amount, then it pushes the video out to more people. And it's the same on TikTok, so follow my TikTok as well. See if you can help boost that. It's all very appreciated, and of course, the more that happens, the more chance that those people might like and comment, meaning that it gets pushed out even more and more and more. It's all based on just if it hits that point value. I know it for TikTok, which is 50. I don't know it for YouTube. But you can support that way as well, just by helping get these videos out to more people, so that more people can see them and hopefully join the channel as well. Speaking of joining, you can become a member by hitting that join button, which helps support me. I don't have to worry as much about the fluctuating AdSense money. Speaking of which, please watch without an ad block or YouTube Premium. Thank you so much. But a big shout out to our members who choose to forego that in order to help the channel directly. So shout out to Puff Mandeli, Doki Pokey, and our longest running member, John. Big thank you for all of your support. So, in today's game, I've got a couple Sentinels players. I've got Wzrrior, who we've been watching quite a bit, who's been really one of my favourite players to watch because they are an insane Mr. Fantastic. So, let's jump on in and get that game going. We are heading to Midtown. It is a convoy game. Oh, and as a reminder, I'm going to attempt to get out the esports news recap show this Monday or Tuesday. That one will probably not go up early for members. That will probably just be uploaded and then sent straight to live as it is. So, Monday or Tuesday, keep an eye out. I'm going to try and do this weekly esports recap. We'll see how quickly it takes for me to produce. I'm very out of practice when it comes to that. But if you like your esports like me, then it could be something that is of interest to you. And I've got some lovely talented people who maybe I can get on as guest hosts in the future. If there's anyone you'd like to see as a guest host, then maybe leave a comment saying who you'd like it to be. We're going to have Adam Warlock and Emma Frost taken out. Quite surprising. Adam Warlock, we're not seeing them banned out too many times these days. Bit of an unusual choice, but it might be due to the fact that we can see here 1.7.10 potpvp. Maybe a big, as we can see here, Star-Lord player. So Adam Warlock would certainly empower that. And there goes the Hulk taken out as well, massively nerfing the Iron Man, who's sneaking back into play, as well as Namor, who's a good counter to Flyers. Iron Fist, who can also track down Flyers, going to be taken out as well, allowing the immediate pickups for Rymazing and Şelf to bring out their own human torches. There's Wzrrior, as we mentioned before, on the Mr. Fantastic, and our new #1 ranked player, Logan 4. Playing the Loki here. Our two Sentinels players, Rymazing and tekixd. Both of them coming in here. If this is the tekixd who I am thinking of, they did obviously announce the player coming in. It is spelled the same with the XD on the end. I have been running under the assumption that this is the new tank player for Sentinels heading into Season 2. As Kaluj and Hogs have both gone their own way. I love seeing that little lift, little icons of the players coming down. Let's introduce our players on the left-hand side of the blue trunks. It is going to be Rymazing on the Human Torch. tekixd is playing Magneto. Piercing is on the Lunar Snow. Monzter will be on Groot. Logan 4 is playing the Loki. And Rush will be on the Psylocke. And on the right, in the red trunks, on the attack, it is going to be far1 playing the Loki. Wzrrior on Mr. Fantastic. 1.7.10 potpvp is playing the Lunar Snow. TTV-SombleMR, assumingly Marvel rivals, will be playing that Venom, getting focused down, forced to use symbiotic resistance very early here. Miguel Angeles, I'm going to go with Angeles, is playing the Magneto, getting focused down, also having to shield up. And Şelf will be playing that Human Torch. Rymazing. Pyro Prison has created quite the zoning here between Groot and the Human Torch. That is so much extra zoning. Wzrrior came up to try and put some pressure onto Rymazing, but it's not going to be enough for a finishing blow here. Our number one ranked player, Logan, we're going to be keeping an eye on that. They're going to be going in for the clone immediately, trying to snowball. Not landing all the shots, but it's enough to keep them healed up as the fate of both worlds from both of the God of Mischief Lokis will be enough to keep their teams up. But once those ultimates expire, who is left to drop the tools? We're going to see the chain as potpvp is going to be dropping their fate of both worlds. Piercing, holding on to theirs. They're going to be backing up, getting focused down and picked off as Red Team take the momentum, and there's the pickup for Rymazing. There's a bit of a counter coming in from Sombler, but they're getting taken down as Rush picks up the double kill. Meteor to grab Monzter, but the cart has been halted. Rymazing is uncontested up here, and that might be enough to burn through the remaining members. Here comes Venom once again back onto the point, but they are now super outnumbered. Meteor coming in to get the knockback, and now Mr. Fantastic will just be chased down, zoned down, and we are heading into the choke point as Rush going to be backing out a little bit here. We'll likely rotate up to the high ground, see if they can get a blow up onto someone like Şelf. It's so fast. Psylocke is so terrifying against those squishy characters. If you get the jump on them, you can 100-0 them so quickly. Exactly what we're seeing there. Rush is having a field day right now. On the flank constantly. Finally getting focused down here. We'll pick up the map heal. Has to go for Dance of the Butterfly. Takes out Şelf. Trying to get round that corner. The wall's actually blocking that. I did not know that was a thing. Rymazing takes out far as they keep the push going. Wzrrior returning in. Could try and go for a dive onto Rush, but the wall is zoning them away. Sombel going to get healed back up. Struggling a little bit. They just don't have the sustain right now. Logan with the Loki firing squad up on the bridge, keeping the team topped up and dropping a lot of damage here. Gonna back away. The enemy pushed up pretty far. You don't want to get caught out of position. They got the Brainiac bounce. Fate of both worlds once again from the Loki clone. Being held onto and dropped to try and make sure that they can try and tank through that Media M, which does get dropped, but is completely blocked here. Techie now with their own Media M. Into the side finds potpvp, who still had their own Fate of both worlds here. Far, their ultimate expires. This time it's Piercing who's able to chain. A reverse of last fight. Piercing this time is able to get their Fate of both worlds time beautifully, keep their backline topped up. Someone does need to turn around and deal with this Venom though, who is in the backline causing a mischief, trying to get onto Logan. Frenzied arrival. Finally they're going to turn around. Logan does fall with the help of Wzrrior, but Wzrrior falls to Monzter as they begin to push back in one more time. potpvp with that Fate of both worlds so they can try and push their way in one more time. We're already down to the last 5 seconds. Here comes the Supernova. Rymazing gonna match instead. Takes out Şelf. And it's the Fire Tornadoes completely zoning off the point here. The damage output is way too high. They're gonna try and rush in. Wzrrior's rushing it. Does make the point, but is getting damage unleashed on them. Flaming Media pushing Sombel off the point. And that is gonna be a 0 point, but 115 meters, 69 centimeters. Going over to the red team, blue team. Very surmountable score here. Could be picked up quite easily here, as right now, blue team, it's all about distance. Are we going to see any adjustments to their composition? Let's actually have a look at the statistics while we are here. 12 final hits for Rush, 9 for Rymazing. 6, 8. That's 8 final hits total for the entirety of the red team. Both Rymazing and Rush have more eliminations individually than the entirety of red team right now. This is a strong showing for blue team in this matchup. Something may need to change, may need to be adjusted. Invisible Woman going to be coming out. Getting rid of the Loki here, giving Şelf a little bit of self-sustain, pun intended. Miguel? What are you doing over here? What is happening? Also, controller player spotted. What's the plan? What's going on? Is there a portal? Is there a portal trap happening? There is, and it got one! It got Monzter! But the portal is down because they swapped off the character. Good pickup, though. We love to see a portal trap. Always fun to see one player getting caught out. Rymazing takes to the sky, starts dropping the damage. Miguel, though, swapping to Magneto. That is a slow rollout. You get one elimination on a player that has a really quick respawn because they're right next to their spawn point. And then you have to do that huge walk with Magneto of all characters. If anyone did that, it maybe should have been Human Torch or Luna Snow who had the fastest rollout speed. Somble's trying to hold the line with this Groot abandoning the Venom, but it's going to get taken down. Miguel is trying to hold the line as the damage output is coming in pretty hard here. Logan, a very early God of Mischief here, trying to focus onto Şelf. Fate of both worlds on top of the cart to focus down the healing. Far goes down, Şelf goes down, 1.7.10 potpvp goes down. Meteor M finds nothing as Rymazing takes down Wzrrior, and the walls coming out from Monzter completely isolating the card. No one's getting near enough to touch that. And that is a dominant round. Absolute cleanup from Blue Team, who will take the win. And Rymazing taking the MVP there. Not too surprising. Looks like we do have the bug where it sometimes takes a little bit for the scene to transition, so give us just a moment for that, and then we'll analyze some of those stats. Give it a bit. Give it a bit. There we go. But look at those eliminations. So final score for Red Team, 5, 8, 9 eliminations. That's more. That's the same amount that Rymazing got in round 1. But in the end, Rymazing, 11 final hits, 13 for Rush, but Rymazing did not get taken out, achieving that MVP and also 16k damage. And of course, on a Human Torch, you're going to have huge damage output numbers. Shout out to Wzrrior, by the way, though, doing exactly what you wanted. It's fantastic. Keeping up with their own team's damage dealers, only 2 and 3k behind respectively, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, considering that you are doing 13k damage blocked, which is only 6k less than Somble. Doing a very solid job there. It is just a little bit weaker than Miguel on the Magneto here. Is where we're starting to see a little bit of the difference. Magneto doing more damage, getting more final hits, and blocking more damage. So you got to wonder, that's fantastic, the extra shielding it's giving their team, the extra protection, getting taken out more times. Was it the right pick in this particular game? But let's talk about top numbers. Most eliminations is going to be Rush with 20. 1 more than Rymazing, but 2 more final hits. 2 more final hits with 13 to close that out. Least amount of times getting eliminated. 2-way tie between Techie and Rymazing. Neither one went down a single time in that game. Top damage, we've already talked about it, is going to be Rymazing. 16k, that is 5k more than almost anyone else in the game. Only people who are close are Rush, where they are still 4k ahead, and Monzter, who did huge damage numbers, good heavens, with 13k, only 3k behind Rymazing. Monzter did some great work that game. Top damage blocked. Also, Monzter, 25k. Big numbers for Monzter. Very nicely done here. Love to see it. 25.8k. That is 2k more than Miguel and 6k more than Somble. 14k more than Techie. Techie, where's the damage blocked? I know you didn't go down at all, but what I mean, you won. No one was able to hit him. Techie absolutely bodying that game so much that they didn't take that much damage. Good lord. got out-tanked by Wzrrior, but a lot of that damage is just going to be absorbed as opposed to damage blocked. Top healing, 25k. Logan, our #1 ranked player, creeping in there, 25k. There's actually another player called Logan who is ranked #2 right now. Not entirely sure what's going on with that, but here we are. But what a fun game. Also, 60% accuracy on a Loki is wonderful to see, but obviously all of those healing numbers are actually having to aim. There's no auto-targeting like a Cloak and Dagger or anything like that, or a Mantis who just auto-targets the healing. Very cool to see. Very cool indeed. Well played to the blue team. Well played to the red team as well, but obviously we see a little bit of a lead one way there. A huge shout out once again to everyone who has subscribed since I've started doing these videos. I disappeared from esports for a while. It's really fun to come back, and also fun to go back to my roots. I got into esports watching the old like MLG stuff for like MLG Anaheim, for like Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and like Halo and stuff like that, and I loved that before moving into stuff like MOBAs and stuff like that, where we get all these big ability heroes, and it's all kind of combined into this, which I absolutely love. All of the experience I've had, all of the practice and like steps I have learned throughout my career has led me to this game, which I absolutely adore. And of course, my love for Marvel movies. I'm waiting for my partner to get back from a holiday in order to try and at some point go watch Thunderbolts, because the reviews say it's good, and that excites me because I love that kind of movie where we get like the ensemble of misfits, and that's always fun. For now, though, reminder to like and comment on the video. Subscribe if you aren't already to help grow the channel. You can become a member and get a shout out every single video that I do if you really want to help out this channel. But of course, you can help out mostly just by watching all the way through, sharing it with a friend, or just even liking and commenting to help fight the YouTube algorithm, which is definitely what's behind me. Definitely not Ultron. I wonder if I could, like, motion... That would take so long. I was wondering if I could motion track, like, the YouTube logo onto, like, every Ultron. There's so many! What am I talking about? There's so many behind me. That would take so long. Oh, my God. Terrible idea. Terrible idea, but potentially very fun. But for now, thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all tomorrow.